Hello everyone. Today we are going to speak about different types of films and books and learn grammar rules, present and past passive voice. So let's start. Let's remember what film types do you know. Watch a presentation and repeat. Types of films. A comedy, a romantic film, a western, a musical, a horror film, a cartoon, a thriller, an adventure film, a fantasy, a documentary, a science fiction film. Now let us complete the sentences. A funny film is a comedy. A comedy can be romantic. A film about cowboys is called western. A film which frightens you is called horror. A film for children is a cartoon. A film with songs is musical. A film which often makes an exciting story about crime and police is thriller. A film where you can live with characters in the travels is an adventure film. A film with magic is a fantasy. A program which presents facts about a person, an animal or event is documentary. A film which has facts which you cannot explain is science fiction. Open your pupil's book on page 78. Here you have got some words in the box. Adventure, animation, comedy, crime, drama, fantasy, graphic novel, horror, manga, musical, mystery, romance, science fiction, and thriller. Your task is to divide these words into these three columns: films, books, and books and films together. Listen to the tape script and do this task.
Unit 8. Vocabulary. Exercise 1. Films. Action. Animation. Musical. Books. Graphic novel. Manga. Mystery. Books and films. Adventure. Comedy. Crime. Drama. Fantasy. Horror. Romance. Science fiction. Thriller.
Now let us check up this exercise. Films: action, animation, musical. Books: graphic novel, manga, mystery. Books and films: action, adventure, comedy, crime, drama, fantasy, horror, romance, science fiction, thriller. Now open your pupil's book on page 79. We are going to learn some key phrases. Pay your attention to exercise 5. We use such key phrases when we are talking about films and books. The films are really good, but they are not quite as good as the books. It's very exciting. It's really original and entertaining. It's a crime novel. It's about a missing woman. In the end. Now your task will be to listen to the tape script and decide who says each phrase: Will, Emma, Elizabeth, or Alicia.
Unit 8. Vocabulary. Exercises 4 and 5. 1. Will.
Will, what's your favourite book? The Girl on the Train's the best book I've read in a long time. It's about a missing woman. It's a crime novel and it's very exciting. The author's Paula Hawkins.
2. Emma.
Emma, what's your favourite book?
I absolutely love the Divergent trilogy. It's basically a science fiction story about a society where young people are separated into different groups at the age of 16. The films are really good, but they're not quite as good as the books.
3. Elizabeth.
What's your favourite book, Elizabeth?
My favourite's Manga Man by Barry Liger. It's a science fiction graphic novel, but it's also a romance. It's really original and entertaining. I've never read anything quite like it.
4. Alicia.
Alicia, what's your favourite book?
The novel I've just finished reading's about a young woman who has to manage the family business when her parents die. She has a lot of problems with the people who work for her and almost loses the business as a result. In the end, she wins everyone's respect when she manages to save the company.
Now let us check up the answers. One, Emma. 2, will. 3. Elizabeth. 4. Will. 5. Will. 6. Alicia. The presentation and try to remember the rules. Passive voice examples. Present and past. In the active voice, the subject of the sentence does the action. For example, John painted the house last week. John subject, painted verb, the house object. In the passive voice, the subject of the sentence receives the action. For example, the house was painted last week. The house subject was painted verb. Active. John painted the house last week. Passive. The house was painted last week. The passive voice is used when we do not know who did the action. For example, the documents were stolen. We don't know who stole the documents. The passive voice is used when the receiver of the action is more important. For example, the pyramids were built nearly 5,000 years ago by the ancient Egyptians. Active. People drink champagne on New Year's Eve. Passive. Champagne is drunk on New Year's Eve. Active. Chefs use these machines to mix the ingredients. Passive. These machines are used to mix the ingredients. Active. They renovated the restaurant in 2004. Passive. The restaurant was renovated in 2004. Active. The teachers informed the students that the class had been cancelled. Passive. The students were informed that the class had been cancelled. Present tense passive is formed by means is and are plus past participle. For example, first the apples are picked, then they are cleaned, and finally they are packed and shipped to the market. General thoughts, opinions, and beliefs. New York is considered the most diverse city in the USA. Hungarian is seen as one of the world's most difficult languages to learn. Past tense passive is formed by means was or were plus past participle. Events in history. For example, George Washington was elected president in 1788. Crimes or accidents. 10 children were injured when part of the school roof collapsed. Now open your pupil's book on page 81. Let's do some exercises. Let us do exercise 2. Complete rules AD with the words in the box. Am, are or is, by, not, was or were. Let us check up the correct answers. Rules. We use the passive when we are more interested in the action rather than the person doing this action. A. In the present, we form the passive with the subject plus am, are or is, and plus past participle. B. In the past, we form the passive with the subject plus was or were plus the past participle. C. We form the negative passive with the subject plus be plus not and plus past participle. D. We use by to talk about the person, thing that does an action in the passive. Now let us do exercise 3. Your task will be correct the mistakes in the sentences and decide if the statements are true or false. Let us see the correct answers. More films are made in India than in any other country each year. True. In 1923, a sign was put up in the Hollywood Hills which said Hollywoodland. True. The Academy Awards weren't called Oscars until 1939. True. The Big Bang Theory was shown on TV for the first time in 2009. False. 5. Emmy Awards are given to film directors. False. 6. Films aren't seen by their directors until their premiere. False. Now your task will be to watch some videos and guess what time of film is it.
Massive explosions are being reported in Mexico City, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. President Waterman has warned the governments of the world to brace themselves.
it? How do you think? The science fiction. Let us watch the next video.
Good morning, Prince. I have your favorite dish.
Lovely.
The Snob.
Time for a new DJ. Stretch fever.
Garfield! The Slob.
Time to grab some chow before I eat your liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
I am flying to London. Bye.
Oh, I thought she'd never leave.
I gotta go pack.
Please, don't. We gotta put an end to this torture.
America's favorite fat cat is headed to the UK.
John?
Liz! Air! Garfield?
Water. Lasagna.
But when a simple mix-up, Garfield?
What the devil is a Garfield?
Has them trading places.
Prince,
I found you.
oh dear. Help, please.
Call a cop!
They'll see.
Get a load of this dump.
Your Highness, you are the lost heir to the throne. Everything here is yours.
It's good to be king.
How the other half lives.
What gruel is this?
Garfield, when do you say no to lasagna?
You do realize I'm a cat, don't you, sir?
When the going gets tough, the great ones party.
It's time to live large.
That fat ball of fur!
You talking to me, Froggy? Odie? Odie, no, don't do the ugly American thing. The British are coming! The British are coming!
Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties.
So what type of film is it? It's an animation, and have a look on the last video.
Case? Do you know where the shampoo is, Fuller?
I don't live here.
I don't believe in a house with this many people there's no shampoo.
Pardon me, are your parents home?
Yeah, but they don't live here.
Tracy, did you order the pizza?
Oz did.
Excuse me, miss. Are your parents here?
My parents live in Paris, sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
Are your parents home?
Yeah?
Do they live here?
No.
No. Why should they? All kids, no parents. Probably a fancy orphanage.
I don't know how to pack a suitcase. I've never done this once in my whole life.
Tough.
That's what Megan said.
What did I say?
You told Kevin tough.
The dope was whining about a suitcase. What am I supposed to do? Shake his hand and say, congratulations, you're an idiot?
I'm not an idiot.
Oh, really? You're completely helpless. Everyone has to do everything for you.
She's right, Kev. Excuse me, pupils. I'm a lot smaller than you. I don't know how to pack a suitcase.
Hey,
So what type of film is it? It's a comedy. Let us continue and have a look on these grammar tables. Let us revise. Simple present tense, passive voice. Subject: I, you, we, they, he, she, it. Helping verb: to be. Am not. Are not. Is not. Past participle main verb: invited, allowed, attracted, and modifiers: to the party, to enter, by the smell of rice. The passive voice past simple tense. Example: the house was built in 1980. Form: was were plus past participle. Part of the verb to be plus past participle. Now let us do some exercises in your workbook on page 65. Your task is to complete this table. Use the words in the box. Are, given, isn't, shown, was, weren't. Let us see the correct answers. So present and past passive. We have got such columns as subject, be present, be past, and past participle. I, am not, was, wasn't, given help. You, we, you, they, are, aren't, shown films. He, she, it, is, isn't, was, wasn't there. Let us do exercise 2. Write sentences using the present or past passive. For example, this film was made in New Zealand last year. Let us see the correct answers. 1. Many films are downloaded every day. 2. The actors weren't told the plot until the first day of work. 3. Actors aren't allowed to talk about the films until they are released. 4. Film stars are known all around the world. 5. All the food on the set was eaten by the workers. 6. Some critics were paid to write good reviews of the films. And the last task for today will be to watch a video and try to complete the sentences. Fill in the blanks with the present simple or the past simple passive voice. English is spoken in many countries. This film was made 8 years ago. The office was painted last week. The thieves were arrested as soon as they left the bank. If he isn't taken to hospital soon, he will die. El Quijote was written by Cervantes. The rubbish is taken away every day. In situations like this, a bit of patience is needed. Our house was damaged because of the floods. In this game, each player is given 6 cards. Portuguese is spoken in Brazil. Last year, the prizes were given to the students with the highest marks. Our house was built in 2001. I wasn't told the details of the accident. I was given a fine for speeding. Windows are made of glass. Once a week the car is cleaned by Paul. Ice cream was eaten in China centuries ago. Ice cream is sold in every country in summer. Recipes for ice cream were brought to America by European immigrants. The ice cream cone was created in 1904. He was run over by a truck when he was crossing the road. Are you picked up by your mother every day? Peter was told many times to stop talking in class, and in the end he was sent to the principal's office. He was convinced by his brother to go to the beach. Many mistakes are made by the students when they come back from the summer holidays. Yesterday the meeting was held in the conference room. The plants are usually watered by my mother. The kitchen is usually cleaned by my sister. Our lesson came to the end. Today we have done a lot of exercises, learned new vocabulary and grammar rules. Thank you for your work.